Hey everybody, it's your buddy's pal Anthony. Well, it's been about a month that I've had the two in the box in hand, and it's time to do some modifications. To help me in this, I ordered some stuff from Imperial Tech Shop as well as Right Coast Props. Specifically, we're going to be modifying the ghost trap. Let's get to it. Steve, roll that intro, please.
Who you gonna call?
Thank you, Steve. I should say right off the bat, I went pretty simple for this and I got some hopefully simple modifications. We're going to start off with what I purchased from Right Coast Props. I do love it when everybody includes stickers with their stuff. So we have a set of inner door liners for the trap. I just was bored and was looking around on Etsy and some of the other forums, wondering what people were doing. I don't want to do anything too crazy too soon, and I saw these and I figured, why not? Really, everything I got today is more or less a couple of screws. If not, it's just snap-in-place replacements. So moving on to Imperial Tech Shop. Okay, so we have a bunch of stuff here from Imperial Tech Shop. This item, I'm actually not sure what it is. For those of you who may not be able to read it, it says trap safety ring and it prevents you from accidentally pulling the trigger. I didn't order that, it's not on my invoice. I'm not sure what trigger they're actually talking about, unless they mean this slides over the handle so that you don't hit the manual release for the trap doors. Thank you guys for including that. I wouldn't have thought to worry about that. Up next, we have a bar graph insert to change the look of it to something a little bit more movie accurate. I have two sets of replacement rods here. Like Steve, I'd worried about, if I did decide to take the trap to a convention, losing the stock rods and therefore losing all my sound options. So really not going to worry about having sounds going off at the convention. It'll be too loud. It would just be on me for an aesthetic purpose. So it's nice to have some replacement options. And of course, we have the customary thank you note from Drew and Cindy. Thank you guys as well for continuing to make such great stuff for all of our Ghostbuster gear. Now, let's put this stuff in. First up, let's just do the exterior stuff from Imperial Tech Shop. It does fully cover up this manual release under the handle. Back it up just a little so there's no pressure on the release switch for the main trap, and they did a good job measuring this just to the right size, because as you can see, as I spin it or leave it alone, there is no pressure. Pardon me. There is no pressure on that trigger at all, so the doors aren't going to manually pop open. Thank you guys for including this. There were many takes when I was doing my follow-up review with Steve where I accidentally opened the doors by hitting that button, so this is definitely a nice little thing I wasn't expecting that'll help me going forward. Moving on. We have the brass antique gold rods, and just pop out the stock. They plug right in, fit perfectly. Let's turn up the volume here. Now, of course, Okay, so moving the teardrop, you still get some sounds. Same thing. So as you can see, there are sounds that still come out of the trap, even though I definitely have not got the HasLab rods installed. I'll have to double check and see if maybe it keeps a memory, because I had the red ones, which were Ghostbuster 1 installed. I'll try it again later off camera with the silver from Ghostbuster 2. Maybe I'll see if it's just an internal memory where it thinks, oh, I must have the last ones installed, which in this case, again, are the Ghostbuster 1. And that's why I'm getting Ghostbuster 1 sounds. And so I'll do a little off-camera test, and I'll let you know. Moving on, and keeping with Imperial Tech stuff on the outside, we're going to replace this bar graph display. Okay, so it's the 5/64ths key for anybody who doesn't have a set like this. Once you have the faceplate off, use your finger, use a flathead, whatever. Get the HasLab grid out. And then we're going to drop in the Imperial Tech Shop grid. And then they give you two options. This insert, it sort of looks like the HasLab one, which I don't want. I want more movie accuracy. So I'm going to go with the 30 segment insert, I guess we'll call it. Put it right there. Make sure you line up your tab with the bottom. And there you go. I think that looks much better. It really is a very quick and easy modification. Now on to the interior mods. In order to keep the doors open, all I did was I hit the button underneath, and as soon as they popped open, I just put the switch in the off position and it stays. So you'll notice this notch in the middle of the door and this notch in the plate. Line everything up. Press. Careful not to put too much pressure on the door. And there you have it. And there you have it, our quick and easy mods to the trap today, courtesy of Right Coast Props and Imperial Tech Shop. Really nothing else to say. Everything was quick and easy, and definitely a lot easier than some of the first mods I did on the HasLab pack. Real quick, for those of you who may have noticed, hey, he doesn't have his PKE meter around. Well, funny story about that. I'm crazy, and as you can see in this video, the left arm, when I went into taser mode, flopped down a little bit. And as I said, I'm crazy, but I also paid a lot of money for this, so I feel a little bit annoyed that right out of the box, maybe on its 6th time I noticed this. I'm pretty sure it was doing it from the first time, but I was just blinded by the fact that I finally had it in hand. Anyway, I reached out to the good folks at Hasbro, and they were actually kind enough to say that they do have a, I'm not sure if it's going to be a replacement or a repair thing that they'll do. I've heard both terms used, so in either case, I sent my meter off at the beginning of January. It is now January 22nd. They have finally received it. There's a lot of backups with the post office. The boss can tell you I was handling the delay really, really well.
Really, dude? That OCD is a motherfucker.
And yeah, so looking forward to getting that back, hopefully a month or two at the most. Maybe a little bit more, and then once I do, I'll start doing some alterations with that. But for now, we're going to be sticking with changing up things on the trap. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. If you have a minute, head over to YouTube and search Nerd Affiliated. There you're going to find all of our videos where we talk about Ghostbusters props, Ghostbusters movies, comic books, other movies, toy unboxings, toy reviews. Really, we talk about it all. And for just $1 a month, if you would like, you can join the Nerd Affiliated Army, and that gets you perks like exclusive member-only videos, early access to other videos, and the opportunity to join the boss on our weekly live show, which is Hey Archer Live, Thursdays 8:15-ish in the PM Eastern Time. Start to wind down the work week, crack open a cold beverage, sit down, talk with some friends, and we start to recap some of the stuff that's happened in the nerddom over the past week. Lastly, check us out at nerdaffiliated.com. There you'll find our merch store where you can get yourself or a loved one the gift of some sweet, sweet Nerd Affiliated merch. That'll do it for me. Steve, play me out of here, please.